Very good morning, students. In the previous class, we are completing three compounds. Those are calcium oxide, calcium hydroxide, calcium carbonate with their preparation, properties and uses. Up to here it is completed, student. Next continuation. The fourth compound is calcium sulfate, CaSO4. CaSO4. The calcium sulfate mainly present in the form of two chemicals. Those are calcium dihydrate, which is known as gypsum, calcium sulfate hemihydrate or semihydrate, which is known as plaster of Paris. In our syllabus, in detail discussion about plaster of Paris is there, student. That is compound of calcium sulfate. Plaster of Paris preparation, plaster of Paris properties and plaster of Paris uses we are discussing. First one, when gypsum, that is calcium sulfate dihydrated, is heated at a temperature 393 Kelvin to form calcium sulfate hemihydrate and 3/2 water molecules. The calcium sulfate hemihydrate is known as plaster of Paris, which is heated further above 393 Kelvin to form anhydrous calcium sulfate plus half water molecule. The anhydrous calcium sulfate is also known as dead burnt plaster because the plaster of Paris is heated or burnt until deadly condition. Hence it is known as dead burnt plaster. Here the plaster of Paris is heated until it loses all water molecules. Here calcium sulfate is known as dead burnt plaster. The same reaction can be represented in another manner. It is also expected in competitive examination, student. Instead of one molecule of gypsum, they are considering two molecules. Two molecules of calcium sulfate dihydrate, two molecules of gypsum is heated at a temperature 393 Kelvin to form calcium sulfate H2O plus 3H2O. Here 2 into 2, 4 water molecules are present. Here 3 water molecules losses, 1 water molecule is remaining with the calcium sulfate. This is known as plaster of Paris. It can be also represented as 2 CaSO4H2O. CaSO4 taken twice can be represented as 2 CaSO4.H2O. Otherwise, CaSO4 taken twice H2O is also known as plaster of Paris. If we consider one molecule of gypsum, the molecule of plaster of Paris is CaSO4 half H2O. If you consider two molecules of gypsum, the formula of plaster of Paris is CaSO4 taken twice H2O or 2 CaSO4 H2O, because two molecules are present, two molecules of calcium sulfate and one water molecule will be present. Anyway, here half water molecule is present. Here also for two molecules, two calcium sulfate, one water molecule means one calcium sulfate. Again here also half water molecule only present, which is heated further above 393 Kelvin. It loses this water molecule also, this one water molecule also, to form two molecules of calcium sulfate, anhydrous calcium sulfate, to form water molecule. This anhydrous calcium sulfate is known as dead burnt plaster because plaster of Paris is burnt or heated until deadly condition, which is known as dead burnt plaster. These two reactions represent the same. Gypsum is heated plaster of Paris is heated to form dead burnt plaster. Why? Because we are discussing two reactions. In examination point of view, which of the following represent plaster of Paris? At the time they are not given calcium sulfate hemihydrate, they are giving this one. We are searching where is half water molecule. Not only this one, it is also plaster of Paris, CaSO4 half H2O. It is also plaster of Paris, 2 CaSO4 half H2O. That is one water molecule contains two calcium ions and two sulfates, Half water molecule contains one calcium ion and one sulfate, The calcium and sulfate double the number of water molecule. That is nothing but plaster of Paris. If one water molecule is present, 2 sulfate, 2 calcium. Half water molecule is present, double, 1 calcium and 1 sulfate. That is the formula of the plaster of Paris. It is given in competitive examination student. Which of the following represents plaster of Paris? CaSO4 taken twice H2O or 2CaSO4 H2O is the plaster of Paris. Copy this student. The next students, one of the important reaction sequence in competitive point of view. In the previous we are discussing gypsum is heated plaster of Paris, plaster is heated calcium sulfate. But one excessive information student, calcium sulfate dihydrate which is known as gypsum, calcium sulfate dihydrate which is also known as gypsum. But gypsums are of two types students, monoclinic gypsum, orthorhombic gypsum. Here the monoclinic and orthorhombic are the crystal systems. In your second year solid state chapter, we are having clear idea about this crystal system student. Generally there are 7 crystal systems, that is cubic, tetragonal, orthorhombic, monoclinic, triclinic, rhombohedral, hexagonal student. In detail you can discuss in your second year. Until you remember, the calcium sulfate dihydrate is of two types, so monoclinic gypsum as well as orthorhombic gypsum. When this crystal system is heated, monoclinic can be converted into orthorhombic gypsum. We know that the orthorhombic gypsum is heated at a temperature 303 Kelvin to form plaster of Paris, calcium sulfate hemihydrate plus 3/2 water molecule, which is further heated to 473 Kelvin or above 303 Kelvin to form calcium sulfate plus half water molecule. This calcium sulfate is known as dead burnt plaster, which is further heated. It can form calcium oxide or quicklime plus sulfur dioxide plus half mole of oxygen. Here one important point student. The gypsum is present generally in monoclinic form. That can be heated, that can be converted into orthorhombic form. From this plaster of Paris will be obtained. Directly from gypsum to plaster of Paris is not obtained student. Monoclinic to orthorhombic to plaster of Paris to dead burnt plaster to quicklime, sulfur dioxide and oxygen molecule. In this sequence examination point of view, they will give like this students. Monoclinic system upon heating gives A, 393 Kelvin gives B, 473 Kelvin gives C, and calcium sulfate which is heated to give quicklime. What are the products A, B, C? Like this they will ask student. Here A is orthorhombic gypsum, B is plaster of Paris, C is calcium sulfate, the last product is quicklime or calcium oxide. All are the compounds of the calcium only. Gypsum, plaster of Paris, anhydrous calcium sulfate and calcium oxide. Very important sequence student. Much more times you will practice this in competitive point of view. Next one student. Properties of plaster of Paris. Plaster of Paris is white amorphous powder. Second property student. On mixing with water, it forms a plastic mass which sets into hard solid within 5 to 15 minutes. This is called setting of plaster of Paris. Generally, the plaster of Paris is having a high affinity with the water molecule. CaSO4 taken twice H2O, one water molecule, double the number of calcium sulfate unit. It is the formula of plaster of Paris. It can react with 3 water molecule. It can form 2 molecules of calcium sulfate dihydrate which is known as gypsum. On mixing with water, adequate quantity of water, it can form a plastic mass. This plastic mass is sets into hard solid within 5 to 15 minutes. This is called setting of plaster of Paris. The plaster of Paris sets into hard solid, hence this is known as setting of plaster of Paris. In examination they will ask, what is setting of plaster of Paris? The phenomenon of conversion of plaster of Paris into gypsum by the addition of sufficient quantity of water is known as setting of plaster of Paris. During the setting of plaster of Paris, that is in this process, there is a slight increase in volume which helps pop, that is plaster of Paris, to take shape of any mold in which it is added, For example, student, during the conversion of plaster of Paris to gypsum, the volume will be increases because amount of water is added, the volume will be increases. The increase in volume helps plaster of Paris to take shape of any mold in which it is added. The plaster of Paris is added to beaker shape is obtained. To add it to conical flask will be obtained. To add it to measuring jar mold will be obtained. Therefore, depends upon the nature of the mold that shape will be obtained. We know that this plaster of Paris is having any uses and many uses. Copy this, student. Okay, next continuation, students. Uses of plaster of Paris. First one, used in building industry. The plaster of Paris can be used in the construction of different buildings also. Second one, used in the surgeries for setting broken and fractured bones. For setting broken bones as well as fractured bones, you are using plaster of Paris. For immobilized parts of body, we are using this plaster of Paris. For example, any bone is broken or any bone is fractured, we are using plaster of Paris for setting the bone for some days. In that surgeries, we are using plaster of Paris. Plaster of Paris used in dentistry for teeth, any teeth damages, teeth color change, any teeth problem is there, they are using plaster of Paris. Ornamental work in gold also they are using plaster of Paris for making shining and designings. And plaster of Paris used for making cast for statues. Cast means costumes. Generally clay statues like Ganesh statues is not much effective, but by using plaster of Paris that will be more effective because the plaster of Paris are used for making cast for statues. Then the statues are more decorative because plaster of Paris will be that much effective. These are uses of plaster of Paris. In that, the very important daily application in our daily life is used in surgeries for setting broken and fractured bones. Okay, students, with this calcium sulfate and plaster of Paris is completed. Next, one of the important compound in competitive point of view regarding calcium sulfate, that is cement. Cement was introduced by Aspidin. The name of scientist is Aspidin. Cement is also known as Portland cement because the hardness of cement similar to that of famous building stone near Portland in England. Due to this reason, the cement is also known as Portland cement. Portland cements. Once again, cement is also known as Portland cement because the hardness of cement similar to that of famous building stone near Portland in England. In Portland in England, one stone is there that is a very much hard stone using in building material. Due to this reason, the cement is also known as Portland cement. The raw materials used for the manufacture of cement are calcium oxide CaO, gypsum, calcium sulfate dihydrate, clay, which is a mixture of sand, SiO2, oxides of aluminium, magnesium and iron. These three are the raw materials used for the manufacturing of the cement. The average composition of the cement is as follows: calcium oxide 50 to 60%, silica or silicon dioxide 20 to 25%, alumina Al2O3 5 to 10%, magnesium oxide 2 to 3%, iron oxide Fe2O3 1 to 2%. This is the average composition of the compounds which are used for the manufacturing of the cement. Calcium oxide 50 to 60, silica 20 to 25, alumina 5 to 10, magnesium oxide 2 to 3, iron oxide 1 to 2%. Copy this, student. Okay, students. Average composition is completed. Next, very important conditions in a competitive point of view. For a good quality cement, highest quality cement, the following conditions has to be maintained. That is, the percentage of silica by percentage of alumina is always 2.5 to 4.1. Then only good quality cement will be manufactured. Similarly, the percentage of calcium oxide divided by sum of percentages of silica plus alumina plus iron oxide is always 1.9 to 2.1. If these two conditions are maintained, good quality of cement will be obtained. The manufacturing of the cement can be explained by using small diagrammatic representation. The calcium oxide and clay are mixed in the ratio 1:3 and add sufficient quantity of water to this mixture to form a pasty mass which is known as slurry. The mixture of calcium oxide and clay are mixed in the ratio 1:3 and add sufficient quantity of water to form pasty mass which is known as slurry. When the slurry is heated at a temperature 1800 Kelvin to form cement clinker, to this cement clinker add 2 to 3% of gypsum, to form Portland cement. Here 3 steps: raw material to pasty mass to cement clinker to Portland cement. The important ingredients or the substances present in Portland cement are dicalcium silicate Ca2SiO4 26%, tricalcium silicate Ca3SiO5 51%, tricalcium aluminate Ca3Al2O6 11%. These are the important ingredients present in the Portland cement. In competitive point of view, what are the ingredients present in the Portland cement and what are their percentages? These two are important, students. Dicalcium silicate 26%, tricalcium silicate 51%, tricalcium aluminate 11%. These are the ingredients present in the Portland cement after the manufacturing of cement. Copy this, student. Next, continuation, students. Setting of cement, very very important. When a cement is mixed with sufficient quantity of water to form a solid mass which is slowly converted into hard solid, this process is known as setting of cement. When cement is mixed with sufficient quantity of water to form solid mass which is slowly converted into hard solid, this is observed in our home, student. If add some amount of water to cement, immediately converted into hard solid, after some time it will becomes very hard to break. This process is known as setting of cement. Cement is undergo setting by the addition of water. This process is known as setting of cement. During this process, that is during setting of cement, silicon oxygen aluminum chains formation takes place. Competitive point of view, they will ask, student, during setting of cement, which of the following chains formation takes place? Silicon oxygen chain formation, silicon oxygen aluminum chain formation takes place. Gypsum is added to cement because gypsum slow down the process of setting of cement and increases time for setting of cement. In the manufacture of cement, student, 2 to 3% of gypsum is added to cement clinker to form Portland cement. The main role of gypsum is because gypsum slow down the process of setting of cement. If you add gypsum, the process of setting of cement will be very slow and increases time for setting of cement. If gypsum is not added during the manufacture of cement, what happens? If you add water, immediately it can gets into hard solid, then it is not useful. Therefore, gypsum slow down the process of setting of cement. If the process is slow down, means what happens, student? Time for setting of cement will be increases. Process is slow, setting of cement time will be increases. Generally, process is slow, time is fast. Time will be increases. More time will be required. Therefore, once again, gypsum is added to cement because gypsum slow down the process of setting of cement. If the process is slow, then more time is required hence increases the time for setting of cement. In this important points are setting of cement definition. During this setting of cement, silicon oxygen silicon and silicon oxygen aluminum chain formation takes place. Role of gypsum: slow down process of setting of cement and increase time for setting of cement. Uses of cement. Cement can be used in buildings, bridges and dams. Next to iron and steel, one of the important material is there, means that is cement only. Why? Because cement can be used in manufacture of so many buildings, so many bridges and dams. For everything after iron, best material is cement only. Cement used in concreting for pillars and plastering process. We know that in concreting pillars, first any building and bridges, pillars will be required. The pillars require concreting. The concreting also by using cement only. As well as plastering process. In a new home constructions, the last step is plastering of house. In the plastering process also we are using cement. Therefore, in concreting for pillars, for plastering process we are using cement only. With this, cement topic is completed, student. In this important are average composition of cement. For good quality cement, what are the conditions and the setting of cement? Why gypsum is added to cement? These 4 points you can remember, student. Next topic, biological importance of calcium and magnesium. Biological importance of calcium and magnesium. A 70 kg normal person contains 25 grams of magnesium, 1200 grams of calcium, 5 grams of iron and 0.06 grams of copper. When compared to iron, more magnesium is required and more calcium is required. These values indicates importance of magnesium and calcium in our human body. That is, a 70 kg typical person contains 25 grams of magnesium, 1200 grams of calcium when compared to 5 grams of iron and 0.06 grams of copper. We know that iron, how much importance is there, that is require only 5 grams. But you can require magnesium 25 grams, nearly 5 times, and calcium required 1200 grams. These values also sometimes they will ask student. Copy this. Okay, students. Next one. In a biological importance for magnesium and calcium, two points are there we are discussing. First one, magnesium present in chlorophyll in the form of Mg+2. Chlorophyll absorbs light from the sun and photosynthesis occurs. We know that photosynthesis process, the carbon dioxide and water in the presence of chlorophyll to form carbohydrate, that is glucose plus oxygen plus water molecule. This phenomenon is known as photosynthesis. That is very well known. In the photosynthesis process, the key role played by the substance is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll absorbs light from the sun, which causes photosynthesis process. The chlorophyll role can be played by using Mg+2. Therefore, Mg+2 can play a key role in the photosynthesis process. Magnesium present in the chlorophyll in the form of Mg+2. Sometimes they will ask student, what is the element present in chlorophyll? Magnesium. Which form of magnesium present in chlorophyll? Mg+1, Mg+2, Mg+3, Mg+4. Mg, magnesium present in di-positive ion in chlorophyll, which can absorb light from sun and photosynthesis process will occur. Second point, student, magnesium acts as coenzymes or cofactor for the enzymes used in phosphate transfer mechanism. Magnesium acts as coenzymes for the enzymes used in phosphate transfer mechanism. Very simple, student. Some enzymes used in the phosphate transfer mechanism. For that enzymes, magnesium used as coenzymes, that is co-catalyst. This enzymes used in phosphate transfer mechanism. The magnesium support this enzyme that is known as coenzymes. The substance which activate the enzyme are known as coenzyme. The substance which can do the mechanism or which involved in the mechanism are known as enzymes. In phosphate transfer mechanisms, enzymes are involved like ADP to ATP, adenosine triphosphate to adenosine diphosphate, like that. In their mechanism, some enzymes are used. For that enzymes, magnesium can act as coenzyme, which is also known as cofactor, co-catalyst. Different names are there: coenzymes, cofactors, co-catalyst. Once again, magnesium acts as coenzymes for the enzymes used in phosphate transfer mechanisms. Those enzymes which are involved in phosphate transfer mechanism, some coenzymes are required. Those are magnesium. Magnesium is completed, student. Next, calcium. Calcium is also present in blood plasma in addition to bones and teeth. We know that calcium is present in bones and teeth. Majority of the calcium present in bones and teeth. In addition to bones and teeth, the calcium is also present in blood plasma. The percentage of calcium in the blood plasma is 100 milligram per liter. Remember the value, student. 100 milligrams per liter calcium present in blood plasma. That is, 1 liter of blood plasma contains 100 milligrams. Very less amount of calcium is present in blood plasma. The percentage of calcium present in the blood plasma regulated by using two hormones. Those are calcitonin and parathyroid hormone. Very important, student, NEET point of view. The percentage of calcium in the blood plasma regulated by which of the following hormones? One is calcitonin, another one is parathyroid hormone. Both hormones regulate, control, that is the 100 milligram per liter is the required quantity. Always this amount of calcium in the blood plasma regulated by using these two hormones only. It is not more than 100 milligram per ml. It is not less than 100 milligram per ml. Always this value will be maintained by using calcitonin and parathyroid hormones. Next is, student, calcium used in cell membrane integrity. Cell membrane means to combine cells and form integration. They are using calcium. Cell membrane integrity means to form cells, to combine cells with one another. Calcium will be required, which is known as cell membrane integrity. Calcium used in intramuscular function. That is, the information can be transferred from one muscle to another muscle. Similarly, intraneuronal transmission. The information can be transmitted from one neuron to another neuron. They are using calcium. Calcium can be used in cell membrane integrity, intramuscular function and intraneuronal transmission. This calcium can play an important role. And one of the very important points, student, generally you are thinking that bone is a hard, solid, inert substance. It does not dissolve in any substance. But bone is not an inert substance. It is always solubilized and redeposited to the extent of 4 milligram per day. 4 milligram per day. Either leg or hand bones, whatever may be the bones, is always solubilized in the blood plasma and redeposited to the extent of 4 milligram per day. 400 milligram per day. 400 milligrams of the bone always solubilized and redeposited to the extent of 4 milligram per day. Okay, students. Once again, briefly, magnesium present in chlorophyll in the form of Mg+2. Chlorophyll absorbs light from sun and photosynthesis occurs. Magnesium acts as coenzyme for enzymes used in phosphate transfer mechanism. Calcium also present in blood plasma in addition to bones and teeth. The percentage of calcium in the blood plasma is 100 milligram per liter, which is regulated by using two hormones. They are calcitonin and parathyroid hormone. Calcium used in cell membrane integrity, intramuscular function and intraneuronal transmission. Bone is not an inert substance. It is always solubilized and redeposited to the extent of 4 milligram per day. 400 milligram per day. Bone is not an inert substance. It is always solubilized and redeposited to the extent of 400 milligram per day. Copy this, student.